What's going on, Internet? It's Nick from Sick Till Death bringing you another episode of Behind the Screen. In this episode, I am back on my bullshit crafting and building some stuff, as you can see with the vlog camera. Basically, we are going to be building a upcoming battle map for a session. We have this theaterscape here. I do need to paint some things. As you saw, I pretty much have everything laid out. Just need to paint a couple of those things and put it all together. So without further ado, let's get behind the screen. So basically, I have some things to paint, but I'm not really going to show you the process because I painted stuff in my last episode. If you didn't check it out, go check it out. I'll put a little card up on the screen for now, but I did want to at least go over the differences. Like this stuff I printed, and I printed it in black. So in the last episode, you saw I had gray terrain that I painted as a base black, and then I painted the gray over it to give it that, cut stone look. This was printed with black filament on my FDM printer, so all I need to do is just paint with the acrylic gray over that. The chairs, I'm going to add a little bit of gold here and there because this is going to be it's like a theater that's being held at the Sylvaness Assembly. So it's a little bit on the fancier side. So I want to add some gold and I want to add some highlights to show the more higher class type of event that this is going to be. I also have this stone here. So these I need to do the same thing. I'm going to paint these. Same deal. I painted those with black filament on my FDM printer. I also want to give a second coat on some of these tiles because if you can see here, the tiles are slightly different, right? Like those are a lot brighter than these. So I'm going to give these a second coat. I kind of just mocked this up because I wanted to see how it looked, and also I needed to kind of test out what the balcony is going to look like, right? So with that said, I'm going to paint this stuff and you are going to see me afterwards. Once everything's painted, I'm going to set up the battle map. I'm going to show you my process. In the last episode, you saw me setting up the cemetery, and that's a little bit more freestyle. This has cut stone and what we call open lock. So there's little clips that fit into each of these tiles. You'll see that when we come back after I'm done painting stuff. So I will catch you guys in a second. All right, so we just got done painting. I initially wanted to paint these railings gold. I just didn't like the way they turned out. So that's that. I got my stage kind of pre-staged, no pun intended there. But now we are going to get everything set up with the clips in place, really lock this in. I also have some sticky stuff, and then also I have these, which are kind of like the base for the balcony. So we're gonna construct all that stuff and set everything up. I have a piece of cardboard with a battle map that I usually put the terrain on top of. I guess the only other thing I'd say before I get into the nitty-gritty of this is this may not even happen. This encounter, we may not get to it, or it may get bypassed because my players outsmart me. It's definitely a possibility. So in the last episode, you saw me build a cemetery. That might not even happen either, but I like to do these things in preparation just in case, because you never know. I like to have more options as opposed to less. So, with that said, let's get into it. Ow! Okay, so first thing I usually like to do is get the floor situated. I kind of did that with the stage initially just to see what kind of space I'm working with. Now, I 3D printed all of this stuff. Same goes with these. I printed pretty much all of these, and it was a bitch, but it definitely helps keep things in order. So now for the floor, it always helps to kind of like work laterally, right? So I'm going to do these rows of tiles first, and then I'm going to interlock the rows perpendicular with the other set that I've already locked. Now, if you're just starting out printing this stuff, I would always say draw a battle map. I kind of just freestyled this and it worked out, but there were definitely a few iterations. It's also good to have a variety of tiles. That way you can mix and match and kind of choose what you need when you need it. Sometimes it's trial and error too. Seeing what works best. Still a little funky fit. There we go. There we go. Okay. It's looking and feeling good to me.
What do you mean by that?
So we'll lock all these into place first. Now onto the wall. I made these torches. Print out the base. You take some hot glue and some cold water. You make like a swirling motion, and then you dip it in the cold water, and it gives off this torch-like effect. I have the leads at the back, so I put a battery back here, and it flickers like a torchlight. May have to alter this a bit. That. And that. Okay, okay, okay. And then this. Would that work? It would, and then I put a singular up there. Not bad. I'll take it. Since I kind of have the formula for the side walls, we're going to do that first on the other side, and then we'll focus on this back wall. Because this is already fresh in my head. I wanted to recreate the wheel, so to say. And now we'll focus on the back wall. We have this pretty much done. Thinking I should do the stage now. And then we'll start placing the chairs and all that shit. And then I want to do the balconies last. So we have this base. What we're gonna do is put these balcony pieces on here like so, and then then the gray tile is behind them, and then the archway is behind them, or in between, I should say. Okay. So I think I'm done for the most part. There might be a couple little things here and there. I set up the flickering LEDs just to show you guys what the torch light looks like, as since I was explaining it beforehand. There's a couple things I may want to do. So I have these dowels, and depending on how ambitious I'm feeling, I may want to set up like some curtains or something. I don't know. We'll have to see. But aside from that, we're pretty much done. If you guys want to see what it's going to look like in its finality, you need to check out the stream. The link is going to be in the description, so be sure to check that out. If you stuck with me all the way, I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Drop a like and subscribe for more content, and I will catch you guys in the next episode of Behind the Screen. Peace.